To the finals, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to start talking about pancakes.
Right. Game one goes down tonight. Again, 9:00 on ABC. Which again, I hope it's Mike Breen. I hope. I mean, he's always the one that, the one that brings the energy. So here's your preview, folks. I mean, look, the way the Warriors got into this was just, a couple dominating performances, but also what's happening here?
Just go.
I mean, if you start doing emotion next to me, I'm going to say something.
If I say something, then respond. But I'm playing to the comments. Scoop saying,
"Oh my God." Anyway, so again, like I said, the finals go down tonight. Now, when you're trying to preview this and trying to bet this game one, it seems like the public very heavy overall in the series on the Golden State Warriors. Reason behind that, I would say, is because again, they're healthiest they've ever been as far as like the big three that are in there: Clay, Draymond, and Steph. Notice how I put Steph last. But like those guys are healthy and they play good basketball when they're on the court together, almost dominant to a certain extent. -4 is the spread tonight. Gooch, where are you leaning and why?
I think that Golden State's going to be way too much. Forget about this game. We'll break down this game and what I think. I want to talk a little bit about the series first.
Itself, yeah.
So nobody's talking about Wiggins. I mean, the basketball heads kind of are, but nobody's really talking about Wiggins as everyone kind of still looks at him as a bust unless you actually have been paying attention recently, because Wiggins and then the whole Nick Wright thing, like that was a narrative for a little bit. He doesn't have to go out there and play all effort on offense, which Golden State, I mean, he is still getting his points, but he's now turned into one of the better perimeter defenders. They got Iguodala. They have a bunch of wings that they're able to throw at the Celtics. And I just think that the matchup-wise, the advantages that the Celtics are bringing, obviously, is the youth to a degree, right? And then they have the size. But I think the size is actually what's going to be their Achilles heel in this series, because I think guys like Al Horford, they're going to be out on an island. And when Golden State has the ball, I don't think Al Horford has a role whatsoever, because he's not necessarily the best rim protector. So I just think that there's mismatches running rampant throughout when it's time to stop Golden State. And I think that Golden State's team defense and the amount of guys that they're going to be able to throw at you, and specifically Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart feeds off of his defense.
Who will be playing tonight, by the way. Yeah. Banged up, he's playing.
I mean, he's going to be banged up every game.
Everybody's banged up.
Decision. The Warriors aren't, though.
That's
right.
A big thing.
And I know that styles make fights. So it doesn't really matter how the Celtics looked against the Heat, because a very different stylistic team. But I think it's for that reason, it's like a worse matchup for them. Golden State, they're just so deep, and I can't see it going past 5 games. I know that I'm going to get ripped because a lot of people are picking the Celtics, as weird as that sounds. Like the actual basketball people on TV, or a lot of them are picking the Celtics from what I'm seeing.
I saw that. I think the ESPN or somebody, was one of the bigger media outlets, basically wrote it all. Like the Celtics are not even a lock, but like just it seemed to very heavily. Are they just taking into consideration on how good Jaylen Brown's been playing, or how good Tatum could play at any given moment?
I mean, was that where we're going with it? That they're in the NBA Finals. They came out of a very tough Eastern Conference, and they're a little more battle tested. There was questions surrounding, can they get over the hump? They couldn't get over the hump to get to the finals. Now they did that. So are they going to build on that momentum? I don't think they're going to. Not any discredit to them. I just think they're running into one of these teams that they're focused. If you heard Steph saying last year after they got eliminated, like, we'll be back, and they are, and Kyle, I didn't even bring up Steph until just now. The entire fucking analysis.
Chris taking Golden State because they're going to ride Steph Curry's lockdown defense.
Well, whether Steph plays well or doesn't play well, I think that does matter for his legacy, but I don't think he necessarily has to play that great for them to win this series, right? So there's a lot of other ways. There's more clear path.
Klay Thompson has been one of the shining brighter moments of this team. There's more paths to victory
for Golden State than there is the Celtics. That's my best way I could break it down. Boston has to play perfect, and Jason Tatum has to go off every night. And if he doesn't, they're going to struggle.
I mean, Jaylen Brown's been. I think Jaylen Brown's the more consistent player than Tatum over at this point.
Whether he's more
every night he's dropping 20 plus.
Whether he's more consistent or not, it doesn't make him the better player. You know this, just like anybody else does.
It's hard for me to pick a side here because I don't like Steph Curry. I do like Draymond Green a little bit more than I usually have in the past, and I do like Klay Thompson. It's just my not despise, because I don't know the guy.
You do here.
I hate the city of Boston, so how am I going to
look at the points? You look at the point spread every night, and you pick a side based on that and where you put your money, because that's what you sound like right now. You don't have a dog in the race, no skin in this game. Bet every game and root that way.